What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Getting to Know Greenville podcast. I'm your host, Will Miller, and welcome to the very first episode with Bj Atkins. Before we get to the interview with Bj, I thought I'd do a little bit of an intro segment. I'll probably do this before all the podcasts, kind of give a little bit of introduction and then go to the interview. This one might be a little bit longer because it is the first episode. I thought it's like a little bit about me and why I decided to do this project. So I'm a senior at Greenville Tech Charter High School. I do cross country, basketball, and track. And all seniors at my high school are required to do a senior project. And I decided to do a podcast where I interview athletes from Greenville. I thought this would be a cool idea, kind of get to learn a little bit more about who they are, off the field, court, swimming pool, whatever, and kind of understand them more as not just an athlete, but also as kind of like a person. Because I feel like that can sometimes be lost with athletes. You see them just as someone who goes out there and scores 50 points or runs a 16-minute 5K, but they're more than that. That's why I chose to do this podcast. So like I said, our first guest was Bj Atkins. Bj is a senior at Christ Church. He plays wide receiver / DB. And he's someone that I've known for about 5-6 years now. He played on the Fisher basketball team in 7th grade, and I was the manager. So that's really how we formed a bond because, we were seeing each other pretty much every day after school for about 2-3 months. He's a very nice guy, very honest, very hardworking, and overall just an amazing guy. I feel like this was a great first interview. You can really tell that he's hardworking. He knows what he's talking about. He's got a bright future ahead of him. And as you can see written right behind me is his Instagram @ If you're watching the YouTube version, you can write that down. If you listen to the audio version, it is N_Arty with 3 Ys. That is N_Arty with 3 Ys and _ARDYYY for those of you who don't know what I'm saying. But without further ado, let me stop talking and get right into the interview with Bj Atkins. All right. So we are currently on with Bj Atkins. Bj, how you doing today?
Yeah, how are you?
I'm pretty good. Can't complain. Bj, we went to middle school together. He played on the basketball team. I was a manager. That's where we kind of became friends. And do we have any classes together at Fisher?
I think we had one. It might have been English or something like that. Not sure.
Yeah, I can't really remember. Right. I guess we go ahead and start it. So what has kind of been like your football journey like? Where did you start? What position you played? Just kind of your football journey.
Actually, before the football, I was mainly a basketball player. I really started football in the 10th grade. It's when we got a new coach at Christ Church. He really recruited throughout the school. Wanted different people to play. Told me he likes my size. I got good shape to play football. So I started playing football in 10th. And I played a little bit when I was younger, but not really. Well, not a lot. So
That's interesting. I would have thought that, you start playing football at a younger age, It seems like a lot older kids don't necessarily join a sport that length, which is interesting. And what position do you play at football?
I play wide receiver and DB.
Okay. Which
Yeah.
one do you prefer more if you had to pick?
Probably DB. I just like the grittiness it comes with. A lot of the mentality it comes with also. So
Okay, I can see that.
this.
What's going to a school like Christ Church like, where you can, you have scholarships to come play there, and then, just what's going to school there like?
It's real good. It's faith based, so I'm in a church Thursday. Something else that's different. I feel like the academic scale higher than I guess what most public schools would be, but so the way they push you and also the smaller class sizes with that, it's a lot of you can get a lot of help through teachers one-on-one.
I feel that we have smaller class sizes at our school. I feel like it helps. Do you guys have like a different type of grading scale? Like for us, we have to be above a 75 to consider passing.
We might. It's a lot of different I would say different needs that needed to be helped. That's why some people do go to the school. So maybe it's not too particular on they'll change the whole grading scale, but for some kids they might extend the test or like give them extra time to study if you were out for a sickness or something. So they do help on that part.
What school were you originally zoned for?
Maybe man. I'm pretty sure I'm zoned for man.
So you've been on quite a few tours for football. Kind of talk me through what it's like going on these tours and visiting these facilities and seeing these, great places where you potentially go to school.
It's real fun just seeing different things from different colleges. Not every college does something the same way as another. Seeing different things from like many different levels. I went to D2 schools. Been to a couple of D1s. So just showing like how they coach, what they do, just checking out the vibe of the school or the coaches that recruited you there.
Okay. Where have you gone in terms of D1? Where have you visited at?
D1, I went to Army, Coastal, Georgia State. Where else? I'm tripping. ECU.
That's where my parents went to school.
East Carolina?
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to their spring game that time, so that was fun. But like, those are I've been to more, but I can't really think of them right now.
Yeah. I like ECU. We went there. I think spring break a couple of years ago. We were just kind of in North Carolina, like, hey, let's go. Have you been on any tours that's not for football? Just go check out a school?
I haven't, not yet.
Okay.
Plan on it because football is like football is one of the main focuses for me, but like it's also like I need an education. Football is not the only thing I'm like focused on. So I want to make sure the college is the right fit, the learning and stuff.
Okay. So you have an offer from Army currently. What was that conversation like with the Army recruiting staff? Just talk me through that.
It was so the guy that initially recruited me, he's not even there anymore. He's at Nebraska, but I got in contact with the coaches. They kept my offer because he's not the one who gave me the offer. It was actually the position coach. His name is Coach Sloan.
Okay.
Scott Sloan. I talk to him pretty much every week. They always keep in touch, sending me tons of letters. It's like sometimes their letters get held up in the mail because they'll send it one day and they think it'll be here a certain time. It'll be here the next week, wishing me good luck against the like last week teams. But it's always like thought about. So
yeah. Okay. So you have not made an official. You have not said where you or committed to anywhere. If you were to go to Army, big word, if, would you be interested in serving past the required serving time you would have to be if you went to Army?
Right now, I don't think so, but it's may change because of the like path I'm in. I might actually get into it and like actually I might like it, or whatever path I may take, it might change my whole perspective on what I've done over the past years and like my thoughts on it. But I don't think now I would. Like, if you ask me that question now, I don't think I would. So
Yeah, you may get there and you're like, oh, this is really for me. I really enjoy this.
Yeah.
Kind of keep that door open, which is one of the nice things about going to a school like that. So you also play basketball. You said that that's your main sport, what you started in. And you actually got to play alongside a guy who just got signed a couple of days ago, John Butler. Talk about kind of your relationship with him and then his brother as well, and kind of like experience on that basketball team.
So John, he was always like, he would try to keep us focused in practice, all that. He was really a good leader. He taught me a lot of stuff, just like in the ways to not even like throughout basketball, but in like the locker room, just treat people right. Around the school, be a positive, uplifting person, which he is to me, and he was to like our whole basketball team. I would say with his brother, me and him are like real tight, so that's like my boy. He tells me everything. I tell him everything. Best friends. We you might know Mike. Mike came over, so it's like three of us. Yeah, we're all 3 seniors over there, so we're real tight.
And what was that feeling like winning the state championship in basketball, especially for Christchurch? Because, were so good for so long, but never able to quite get it done. What was that feeling like winning?
It was awesome because the year before we lost to that team in the state championship. Well, we lost to Great Collegiate in the upper state championship. So just being able to get them back in the upper state and then going on and win the whole thing, it was, with that being the first one in history, it was like special.
Yeah, we were supposed to play y'all. I think the last 2 games of the season, we had a bad COVID outbreak. I'm not saying that we would have won. We might not have gone our way, but it would have been nice to play. It would have been fun. And we played y'all a couple times this year. Quick question. Who do you think would be better long term, Jordan or his butler, John?
I'm not really sure on that because, like, I feel like John, with his frame, he's more of like, he has a lot of like ceiling. He doesn't really have a ceiling to where he can end up. Jordan, I feel like the same with him because you can only get so much better. I mean, you can only get better. And with Jordan, he can shoot. John can dribble. It's like different things that they both like hold as a big man that they shouldn't. So it's like, I think it's unfair.
Yeah.
It's weird.
I mean, the fact that they're that tall and they have the skills of a guard, I mean, their ceilings, just like you said, unmatched. So you stopped playing basketball, I believe, to start a kind of photography type business on Instagram. What was your decision to do that?
It was really, I didn't want to play basketball anymore. I don't think I love it anymore. I didn't feel like I loved it, so I just stopped playing it. But the decision that made me start taking pictures I'll tell you the story. It was one time I was at a Greenville game and I was talking to my boy Jalen. You probably know Jalen too from Fisher, but he was in yearbook at Greenville. He was taking pictures at the game, and we were talking and we started like actually like taking pictures. My dad bought a camera because he wanted to take pictures of me and take videos to help my recruitment, which it did help, and also just having that camera and having the lens with it, it also like just made me like want to take pictures more, and like it was fun. So I kept doing it, and I'm still doing it now. So,
is this like a thing where people will like pay you to come to their games, or you just kind of show up to the most popular basketball game or football game or whatever that night, and you just kind of take pictures? Like, how does that work for you?
Either somebody will call me or text me. People I know will tell me they're playing. They can come. I can come take pictures of them. Sometimes I do it for free, but other times I charge. It's like, it's not really like I feel like it's like an exposure thing with me. Like if I know somebody's gonna help me, I'm gonna help them like take pictures for free. But like if it's like one-sided, maybe they gotta pay. So
I got you. If I wanted you to come take pictures of me across country, would you?
it depends what days. With football I'm real busy, so I probably could, but I don't know. And I got another little track or whatever. The course. The course, that's what it is.
Yeah, you probably don't need to. We have like 4 people that take pictures while we run. It's kind of annoying.
Oh.
You gotta smile in front of all of them. Not just playing.
They get the faces.
Yeah. Oh, I hate my face when I run. It's like I look like I'm dying. Ooh, it's bad. So we're gonna do a couple rapid fire questions. Just little quick ones. What is your favorite music album?
Probably Harder Than Ever.
Okay. All right. Go-to pregame meal.
It's whatever our moms cook us. We got team moms. They cook us pulled pork sometimes. Sometimes they bring in a catered tropical grill lunch. But I like the pulled pork the most.
All right. I know you're a big basketball guy. MJ or LeBron?
Who's the GOAT? Probably LeBron. Because I feel like he's more of the face of our generation. I want to support him. You know?
I think if he wins one more title, I think he goes over Jordan. I think that's all he really
Yeah.
needs. Favorite school subject?
Probably math. If I had to pick an actual academic one, if not, it would be gym. Probably.
Favorite TV show or movie?
TV show, I would have to say probably Lab Rats. I always used to watch that when I was younger. And then
Good show.
movie, I would say the B movie probably.
The
Because I
B
watched that
movie?
too when I was younger. Yeah.
It's an interesting choice. I've never heard that. And then lastly, if you could live anywhere in the world, where would you pick?
I would probably live in a penthouse in New York. Up top, look down on the city.
Have you ever been to New York City?
I have been in New York. When I
Would
went
you-
up, I went up to Army that one time, and I stayed in New York City the next day.
We went to New York this past spring break. It's pretty nice. I liked it.
Yeah.
And then I think my last question for you is if you could give any advice to any high school athlete or middle school athlete that wants to kind of play at that next level, what advice would you really give them?
I would say never count yourself out. Never compare yourself to like everybody else, and always just keep working hard. And if you see one person training on Instagram with videos that has offers, let that motivate you. So, yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for coming on. You were the first guest on the Getting to Know Greenville podcast. So it's pretty special honor. See right here written on the whiteboard, that is his Instagram at. You can go follow him, see what he's been up to. But yeah, BJ, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for being on here today.
All right. You got it, bro. Thank you.